I don't know what any of this shit is, and I'm fucking scared.
First, you're gonna tell me about this science stuff.
Sorry about that. What is a scientist?
You caught me like I'm experimenting with
science.
It's like magic with electricity.
I know that. I'm not stupid. I'm smarter than you.
The smartest scientists in the entire world all agree
science is a liar sometimes.
Seriously, this could not seem less scientific.
Those idiots don't know anything about science.
It's science.
I believe it's pronounced science.
This is the least scientific thing I've ever seen.
So I'm just experimenting with them.
You be quiet.
Thank you, scientist.
Yeah. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Charlie?
Hey, how you doing, Chris?
I'm doing great.
That's grand. That's just grand. We're not going to get directly into it. We're going to fuck around with some other dumb shit first, but this is a very, very special episode where we've brought up Ice Cube and we've brought up Anaconda. We've even brought up Jon Voight.
Yeah,
So
it keeps organically happening. It's like, without trying, our conversation just directed us to this.
Directly to watching the movie Anaconda. Because why the hell not? We've brought it up enough.
Yeah.
And, you know, if I learned anything in the high school that we went to, it's that even the best teacher sometimes needs to phone it in with a movie. So that's what we're fucking doing.
And you might be asking yourself, this is under the guise of science. What does watching a movie have to do with science? Well, we are, again, flying under the guise of science. That's important to remember. It's more than just a punny name. But also, oh, sorry.
Under the pretense of science.
Yeah. There is science in this movie, believe it or not.
There is.
If you squeeze hard enough, you can get some science juice out of it.
There's so much science galore.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. But before we get into that, I was off for the better part of a week, a little more than a week, and wife and I went out, and I took notes in a couple of places where we were to bring up. Number one, we were out at a bar near my house. And, you know, sometimes you got to walk through, like, a group of people to get to the bathroom, like, given the layout of it. And, like, you kind of have to walk through a conversation. I'm walking through one, and I duck under. And as I get past, I realize that I think what I just heard is, if you smoke crack, then your wife smoked crack. That's just how it is. Tough argument.
Right. I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, so we were talking about it afterwards, and if you smoke crack, then your wife smokes crack, because if either she's smoking crack or she's gonna leave you, and will no longer be your wife.
Right.
I would think so. There's outliers to everything, but I would say that is a pretty accurate statement.
Oh yeah. Are there any functional crackheads? I wonder. Is there anyone that holds down a job, but you know they're just into smoking a lot of crack?
You know, I guess the real question: how big of a time frame are we judging them on? Like between from cracks 1 through 10 in your first 10 cracks, I think you could still be pretty productive.
Right. Yeah. I want it's any 20-year vets. Like we've been hitting the pipe hard for 20 years, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I've been hitting the pipe every morning, and then I hit the gym every night.
Yeah, does that happen?
Like I paid my mortgage off 3 years early, and I still smoked crack the whole time. Right. You're not doing that.
And now I have so much extra money per month for crack.
Right? Like if crackheads just had a little bit more foresight.
Right, if you're a successful crackhead. If you email us.
One of my favorite things about anytime crack would come up on the movies, on like TV and the news and shit like that, they would always refer to it as crack cocaine. It's like we get it with just crack. I mean,
Right.
would you go to fucking high school with them?
Is that the
Like-
scientific term to make it sound like
Well, crack cocaine, is that you? I haven't seen you in
it's
25
first
years.
and last, being
Yeah.
formal.
Get on over here and give me a hug.
It's Mr. Cocaine. It's Dr.
Yeah.
Cocaine now. It's been a long time. Nobody calls me crack anymore. It's Dr. Cocaine.
Oh shit. Oh man. Crack cocaine, how have you been? Pretty well, actually. I just did some ancestry.com and it turns out I'm about 48% baking powder. Woof. So yeah, I guess if you smoke crack, then your wife smoked crack.
Okay.
And that's the bottom
the
line.
rules. Yeah.
Stone Cold said so.
Yeah, I don't know enough to dispute it. That's a world I'm not familiar with.
Thankfully, very unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
A world I'm glad to take anyone's word for it on.
Right. Blindly. It sounds great. I'm going to leave now.
I'm not going to split hairs.
Yeah.
So you and your wife can get back to smoking crack. I know how old I am physically, but like mentally, like I think there's a restaurant that we've been to a bunch of times and I love it. It's one of my favorite restaurants. It's called either Tiesto or Tiestos with an apostrophe and an S. And I don't know if it's called Tiesto and I just old personed it and now there's an S at the end. You know, like going to Burger King's or
like
Taco
Targets.
Bell's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Costco's.
Yeah, Walmart's.
Yeah.
All those, yeah.
I don't know if I'm doing that or if it is Tiesto's and I just got myself paranoid about it. Even now, like I've looked it up within the last 2 weeks and I still don't have a concrete answer because I've seen both. Even when Googling it.
Depends on the age of the reviewer.
Did I accidentally set my search bar to 45 plus? Is that what happened? Oh, here's another fun thing. This came up with me retelling a story that I hadn't thought about in a while. So a couple years ago, after a work function, it was a work holiday party. So dressed nice, suit, but like no tie or whatever. And the party ends, so we go to a bar afterwards. And this other guy that I work with is all banged up, and he's trying to get people to play pool against him. And I was like, yeah, I'll play doubles, whatever. And I was just sitting on the bar stool. And then he comes over, he's like, yo, they don't want to play you. I was like, why not? What do you mean? He's like, they think you're a pool shark. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, you're wearing a suit like that and in a shitty dive bar. And I was like, yeah, I guess, but my feet also don't reach the floor on this bar stool. Like, how intimidating could I fucking be?
Yeah, why would you be there if you're a pool shark going and like outing yourself?
Yeah, right? I might as well be leaning against a lamppost in a zoot suit, flipping a coin with a toothpick in my mouth.
Right. Got one of those pool sticks that like you open up your coat and it's all in there and you screw it together. Like, you take out one piece at a time. It has a name.
Yeah. There's a name and a flower engraved. So yeah, I am not a pool shark.
That's random.
Yeah, it's fun. I forgot all about it, and I was like, let me.
And was there money on the line?
No, it was just to play.
So then what the fuck?
Right. That's
That-
as soon as somebody goes, no, I don't want to play for money, and then it's like, all right, never mind.
Yeah. Like I would absolutely love to play LeBron James 1-on-1, as long as no money's on the line.
Yeah.
And obviously he's gonna, but just to experience what it's like to get dunked on by someone that good, like that, that would be greatness right there. Imagine it was a pool. Like we got beat by this fucking shark. I didn't even pick up my stick. Like that. I don't know. There's something cool about that.
Yeah, like it's a pickup game.
Yeah.
Wasn't for money yet. Either that or like he was just being like, either he was just a drunk mess and they were like, no, like we don't want to play you, but then they were like, no, because we think that guy's a pool shark. Like just being dicks about it, which is equally funny.
Yeah.
Because then he's like, yo, they told me they won't fucking play you because you're a pool shark.
Which now that I've heard that term enough times, now I'm picturing vacations gone wrong. Don't go to the Marriott; they have pool sharks.
The news story starts. In what can only be described as a very poor decision in design of the pool, 7 people lost limbs tonight at the Manasquan Marriott Marquis. Hilarious, though.
Yeah.
I remember being afraid of sharks in my pool when I was like 7.
Really?
Yeah. It was like, I know there's none in here. And then I'd go underwater with my eyes closed and it's just like, God damn it.
Yeah,
It
stupid
could.
imagination.
Yeah. Afraid of sharks. Pool sharks. Nope. Lost that. Whatever it was.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, so I've had oh, this is the other thing. Before I forget this one. So we had a fire going in our backyard over the past week, and we have like a bag of stuff that has like personal information on it to burn. So it's like destroying it instead of shredding it, whatever. It's more fun that way.
Yeah.
So I'm throwing the stuff in there, and as I'm throwing it in, I was like, personal information, right? Like thinking in my head, like, and I was like, is it private information? And then immediately I just dropped in a thing. So, hey, Lauren, I'm burning our privates. so we've just been yelling, burning our privates. But it sounds like British slang, though.
Yeah.
Like I say, why don't you come back? Nope, I don't know what accent that was. Let me try that again. Like, hey, bird, why don't you come on back to my place and burn the privates, eh? Was out burning me privates all last night.
Yeah, it's like breaking your balls.
Yeah.
Just burning your privates, mate.
There it is. Instead of breaking balls, it's burning your privates.
Yeah.
See that?
Come off it now. I'm just burning your privates.
Oh, fucking jog on. Just burning your privates a bit. Loosen up, sweetheart. So yeah, feel free to use it. I have not even slightly slowed down on using it. So if anything, I am picking up speed, and this is going to be a runaway snowball soon.
Yeah, no, now there's I think there's some meat there. I'm in.
All right, cool. I like jokes.
All right, yeah.
Speaking of jokes, here's Fred jokes 2 for no. Speaking of jokes, man, this movie was a fucking riot.
It's so bad it's good though.
Yeah,
it goes to that territory.
The second it started, and there was it's a black screen and then a red crawl talking about what's gonna happen. I like as soon as that started, I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" You're already taking yourself this serious.
Yeah, the screen about the Anaconda warnings.
Yeah.
First, I do want to say that credit to all of the actors because they got this script and they were like, let's do it. I don't care. I'm going all in because they all, they put everything out there with this awful material.
Yeah, like everybody went full fucking bore
Yeah.
for this movie. So it came out in 1997. It was shot over the course of, I think it said May 20 something, May to August 1996.
Okay.
On a $45 million budget. In spite of receiving mostly negative reviews, it pulled in 137 million worldwide.
Wow. Okay.
Which
So it did well.
Yeah. So I don't remember where I heard it, but it's generally whatever the budget is. That's kind of what you have to shoot for 3 times that to be considered over a success, obviously, but like a legit box office success because it's the budget is what it costs to make it start to finish, and then once that it's all like you have to include doubling that right there to spend just on advertising and publicity and shit like that.
Okay. And then to make profit after that.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Which
So it hit that, right? Because that would be around 135.
Yeah, it.
My math is holding. Yeah.
Yeah, you're still doing it, math.
Nice.
It was 2 million over the threshold, and the director looked him up because he did kind of have like there were like not to get too film nerdy and shit like that, but there was some of the stuff that they did shooting it that had like Sam Raimi elements. That's Evil Dead movies, the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man things like specific shots, like the way it like creeps over shit, like the way the camera's moving, it's like the POV of what's coming at you. Not that Sam Raimi invented it, but like just the way you like goes like sideways and shit. And then like a lot of like first person of like I think it's in the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man where Green Goblin's punching him in the face, and you just see like the POV of his fist.
Okay. Yep.
And like either that or and it like you'll see just like it looks like the camera's hitting Spider-Man in the face. Like that's one of his big things that he leans on. And he there wasn't a lot of that in this, but it was enough that it was like, all right, you've definitely I would say you've been minorly influenced by him.
Okay.
But this guy
Sam Raimi was probably like 13 when this movie came out, though, right?
No.
How old is he?
Oh, Sam Raimi. So he did the original Evil Deads. So the first one, the film short, came out in like 79 or 80, like the first one. So yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well,
shit. Okay, so he's old. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was like a 90s thing at the earliest. Fuck.
The third one in the series came out that's Army of Darkness. That came out in either like 89 or 90 or something like that.
Okay, yeah, no. I know nothing about horror or a lot of film in general. So
but man,
off on that.
Speaking of his Spider-Man movies, the first one of my favorite memories about watching that movie was I saw that on the Sunday and the weekend it had opened. And that was either your second or your third time. It definitely wasn't your first time watching it.
Okay.
And it was me, you, and your sister.
I think I know where this is going.
And number one, like she and I are just being dicks the whole movie to begin with. You know, just every now and again, like I just picture you watching the whole movie like this. Just shut up.
Pretty much.
And then at the funeral at the end, when he kisses MJ, at
Yeah, I remember you said he killed his dad and then takes his girlfriend.
Yeah, he makes out with his best friend's girlfriend at his best friend's dad's funeral. Spider-Man's a fucking dick.
Yeah. After killing his best friend's dad,
Yeah,
or at least
that's
being
right.
involved
Yeah.
in the death. Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember exactly, but I do remember being angry, and I think I said something at that point.
Yeah. I think there's definitely like I fucking hate both of you. Like,
Yeah, probably.
like something of that caliber. It was equally fed up and disdain for what had transpired over the evening.
So Spider-Man was always my favorite growing up. Everything. I even I had a Spider-Man themed birthday when I was 17. And my parents were like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, I love Spider-Man. Let's do it."
Oh shit!
I drove to pick up shit for my Spider-Man birthday. I think I had web shooters, like they shot silly string, and I used to spray them at unsuspecting. I even went into a store and sprayed down a clerk, and just being a dumb asshole. But when the first movie came out, it was like, okay, I need to go see this movie. So me and my brother, we went to the theater. I was going to get a ticket, and the guy was like, "No, it was sold out." And I was like, "No, there has to be one seat. Like, I don't have to sit with him. We'll split up. I don't care, whatever I got to do." And he was like, "No, we're sold out." I was like, "You're definitely not sold out. There has to be one seat in there. I'll sit on the stairs, like whatever I have to do." And he was like, "No, I'm sorry, we're sold out." I was like, "I don't think you understand. I'm going in there to watch this movie. You can either get on board with it or," and he was like, "All right, actually there's a couple seats." And there was like me and Fredo couldn't sit together. We had to split up, but
Right.
still, like, yeah, why are they lying about the seats? But yeah, no, I was seeing that movie. I didn't care what I had to do.
That's so seeing that at 17, like you've already drank underage at that point, right? Or no,
Oh,
not
yeah,
seeing
no,
it,
I've been
having that party at 17.
Yeah. No, I was probably high at the Spider-Man party.
It's like, did you ever hear the what the hell is his name? The guy who does the really good Macho Man impression, Dan Soder. There we go.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So Dan Soder has a bit about he started smoking cigarettes at 11 and he stopped playing with wrestling toys at 13, which means there was a 2-year overlap of him smoking cigarettes but also playing with wrestling action figures. And he's talking about he does it like he does some shit with a match real quick and then he goes outside and smokes the bud and is like, "So what do I do? Book the Ultimate Warrior against Macho Man again, or?" I'm definitely butchering it, but oh, it's so good. It's fucking great if you haven't heard it yet.
I haven't. No, that sounds hysterical.
Oh, it's great. So yeah, you're cut from a similar cloth.
Because it reached the point that, like, there was a couple years where you pretend you don't like it, but then I don't know what happened. It, like, my confidence went the full other way, where I was like, "No, I like Spider-Man, and also like, doing other shit, and fuck you," and I didn't care. I don't know. It worked out better for me too. I feel like, because then once it's out there, it's like Eminem in 8 Mile when he does the rap about himself. It's all out there. What are you gonna say?
Yeah.
I wear it. Fuck you. Anyway, Anaconda.
Yeah, so Anacondas. Let's see who we did. We did that. Oh, so yeah, to wrap up on the director from 8 minutes ago. Aside from that movie, Anaconda, and The Specialist, which I think was the Sylvester Stallone Sharon Stone vehicle.
Oh, okay.
He directed for like 7 or 8 different Spanish speaking language shows, like 170 episodes each, like something insane.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a very dense IMDb page.
Okay.
But yeah, not too much. Like, it looks like he got in, got out real quick, made a bunch of money. off of a couple of
Took
summer
home that sweet
blockbusters.
Anaconda money.
Yeah. And then the cast is wild. The cast is wild.
I like the credits at the end that there's like 9 people and that's it before it gets into the extras and stuff. But it's it is a good cast.
Yeah, it's and like that's another cool thing about it is like the cast is so small because like there's no extras anywhere. Like there might be like
the extras of baby snakes.
Yeah,
and tribes people.
Yeah, that was it. So the last half hour of the movie is where all the extras were.
Right.
But let's see. So obviously Jon Voight, we've discussed. J-Lo still very fresh in her career. Still haven't recorded any movies, music yet, I don't believe.
That was very early. That was right around, I think that and Selena were very close to each other. So that was like right before she blew up.
Yeah, I think Selena came out just before this, and I think
Okay.
that's what started getting her like good money. Forgot Eric Stoltz and Owen Wilson were in this.
Yeah, same.
That Australian guy was in Jumanji.
Okay. Yeah, I remember him. And Kari Wuhrer.
Yeah.
Kari Wuhrer.
Yeah, so do you know who she was?
I've seen her in like various nerd stuff.
She
you give the specifics.
Was one of, well, I can tell you the specific that I know her from forever. She was like season 2 and 3, and I only know the seasons because I looked it up. Co-host of Remote Control on MTV.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
okay.
Like she has a memory like of like I think it's the first time in my life that like I looked at like a female and was like, I don't know what any of is happening in my body right now at all. This is very confusing. It all feels like I'm getting chased for some reason.
Why is my face hot?
Yeah. So yeah, she imprinted on me, and I just
okay.
Yeah, I just I didn't even know she was in anything other than Remote Control.
Cured Cooties. She cured Cooties for you.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna make that T-shirt.
Okay. Kari Wuhrer cured my cooties.
Kari Wuhrer yeah, cured my
cooties.
Oof, that's a tongue twister. That's like a it's like what Ron Burgundy's warming up with. Like, unique New York. New York.
Rubber baby bunky bumpers.
And then I love the random ass ones. The arsonist had oddly shaped feet. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. Why does that warm up? Why does it stretch your mouth out?
And you can just say any word and stretch your mouth.
Yeah.
Just, hello, how are you today? And that's fine.
Wow. You just say wow a few times.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
There was no wow from Owen Wilson in this movie, though. I was very disappointed by that.
There wasn't.
For just one. Wow. No.
I bet it's on the cutting room floor somewhere because I bet he was still trying to make it his thing.
Right.
Like,
yeah. It wasn't money yet.
Yeah. They were like, you don't say wow to a fucking anaconda. You scream in horror. You don't go, oh, wow. This is the craziest thing you've ever seen in your life.
He could have said it when when Jon Voight told him how much money he could make from the Anaconda.
Oh,
that would have been perfect.
That would have been absolutely perfect.
Yeah,
that would have fit right in. Wow. Wow. Let's see who else. Oh, but the very beginning, that poacher, I thought initially that it was Danny Trejo, and then I was like, that doesn't sound like his voice, but it is him. It is in fact.
Yeah,
Danny
no,
Trejo.
that's young Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
Before we get to him,
more like Danny Doso, right? Look how young he is.
Right. He didn't have the bags under the eyes. Like he didn't look like he's been through it yet.
But this came out 3 years tops before Con Air. And
you don't know what happened in those 3 years. You know? Might have been a lot of like Russian roulette games and walking through the desert.
Calling people lowly dogs and puntas and
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, sorry. Before we get to Danny Trejo, even though we got to Danny Trejo,
Yeah, I just wanted to back up,
Yeah.
back up to the opening text.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah. So 2 things sciencey in there. That first, it says they can be up to 40 feet, which when I first read that, I was like, that sounds ridiculous. That's like the Titan Boa that we were talking about. It's like 45 feet.
Yeah.
But I read that the largest ever found was 33 feet. So it's not that shy. Like it is
Right.
approaching, it's still 7 feet to, it's a lot of snake, but still 33. That's even bigger than I thought. That's really big.
Yeah, that's. And the 7 feet. Come on, it depends on what end of the snake it's in. All right.
But the second paragraph of that opening shit was completely bullshit. It said that anacondas love violence and will throw up their food just so that they could hunt more. No, snakes don't do that. They got their food, they're taking it, and they're bouncing. They'll throw up if mobility is required because there's some kind of threat. They might spit it back out because they need to lose the weight and get the fuck out of there. But in the case of anacondas, I don't think they have any natural predators other than, I think female anacondas eat male anacondas. That's it.
Just bigger anacondas.
Yeah. Yeah, other anacondas are the only threat. So yeah, I guess that's when you spit it up, but generally no.
Yeah, and I'm glad you looked that up because as I read that line, I was like, I gotta look this up right now. It was like, oh well, shit. Yeah, I was saying that they like to spit it up to eat it again just because they like the thrill of the hunt so much. I have never enjoyed throwing up, and I've never ever wanted to be like, let me throw up so I can swallow it again. Like, no food has ever been that good.
Yeah. And thrill is a very human emotion. Like maybe there's other mammals that might experience some kind of thrill, but snakes are just starving and not starving. Like, I don't want to die, might die, let me eat something. Like that. There's no, snakes don't have fun.
Yeah. It's like how, and I'm not saying cats of any size aren't dicks, but like how a cat will just kind of like fuck with something.
Yeah.
Kind of where it's almost sociopathic, but again, it's an animal. It's probably just practicing. But yeah, it's like putting
true.
that kind of human emotion on top of it.
Yeah. 100%. They just wanted to obviously make a horror movie, so they kind of put that thing in there, and also we're clearly setting up a big scene later in the movie with that that quick line of text.
That's yeah. There's a lot of sub. I wouldn't even call it subtext. What's the opposite of sub?
Right.
What's above text? They were trying
it's like a spoiler warning if anything.
It would be funny if instead of keep the font, all the wording all the same, and just in the beginning put, in fact, I've heard that, comma, and then all of that. Instead of just presenting it as fact. And yeah, I was watching it, and like I said, I looked that part up immediately, and then I read it, and I was like, I don't know, Anaconda, we're clearly going to have trust issues right now because you're already lying to me. The first 2 paragraphs you've said, I haven't even seen any of the movie yet. I don't know, but
yeah,
it did get me. It did get me back. It did get me back.
Yeah, very quickly. It got me back as soon as the snake started breaking the floorboards in Danny Trejo's shack. I was like, I thought they were stealth hunters. Like, he's making his presence known.
Yeah, and I don't know, because I was trying to think of like, and this could be sciencey potentially. It could be maybe that the boards were kind of moist from being on the water all the time. We don't know how well the wood was treated. But for the anaconda to be slamming its head onto the wood and then the nails shooting up out of the wood. It's like, I don't know there.
Yeah.
I don't know there, you.
Maybe the snake was wearing a helmet. I mean, this snake apparently cut Danny Trejo's radio, so.
What's great is it's equally terrifying that a snake would either just smash the thing because it knows it's useful to you, or it very stealthily unplugs it.
Like, yeah, it pulls it with its tail and goes, and it sneaks.
Like it just catches the cord just behind the plug with the fork in its tongue and just quick sideways kicks it right out of the wall. Yeah, man. But last person that we did not say was Ice Cube, because
yes, well, he's the most important. They treat him like a side character, but he was the main character in retrospect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It they kind of slow played it a little bit on you. Like you just made it seem like he was going to be kind of goofy guy who says a lot of urban things to white people and gets them all confused because they don't know how to deal with it.
His first line was, "It's a good day."
Yeah.
And I was like, yes.
I wrote
and my
that
wife
down.
was like, what? And I was like, no, that's the song. Oh, damn it.
Yep. Today's a good day.
Yeah.
And he was just him the whole movie. He's only ever him in movies, which is fine because it's fun. Like it works.
Yeah, just put Ice Cube in a situation. Let's see what happens. I would do it.
See how sassy he gets with it. See how quickly he threatens to stab it. So once they get the that hotel that they showed on the bottom of the screen, the name on the bottom, the Ariu Amazon Hotel, was an actual hotel, permanently closed. It's permanently closed. I don't know how long ago it got permanently closed, but it is that in fact one. I can send the link in case folks.
That's pretty crazy.
Oh shit! I should have checked the Yelp to see if there were any people leaving like Anaconda themed reviews on it.
Some kind of review.
Yeah. Well, if I know what I'm doing as soon as we're done recording. Half star. Giant snake ate everybody that I was with.
I tell you why the giant snake ate everyone, though. Because there's that scene where J-Lo is just wearing her nightgown and that thing is hanging loose. And she gets up and she turns around and she goes to walk to the door. And this loose-fitting nightgown is just clinging to her behind. And clearly that is why the anaconda wants something.
Yeah. Because she's got buns on.
That's right. There we go. So,
dude, yeah,
that's why the movie happened.
And it was such. Yeah, that was really an international superstar on the verge.
Yeah.
Like within 3 years of that movie coming out, she's biggest thing on the planet between movies and music that she's making.
Yep.
Try to say you're chinning on the block after all that. Come on now, Jennifer.
Yeah, good on her.
Yeah. You got off the block. Good for you.
Yeah. Sorry, I really wanted to make that corny joke. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I did not have one holstered, but I was like, if he makes one, I'm gonna roll with it. So they all like you get the meeting of all the cast members, and they're getting ready to go find this tribe, an indigenous Amazon tribe. And so everyone excluding who the hell is it? Excluding Danny Trejo, Jon Voight, and
Yeah, no Jon Voight yet.
yeah, but those are the only people that aren't part of the film crew in some way. It's predominantly the entire film crew.
And I guess the boat captain,
the boatsman, the boatsmith, the boatswain. I found out that that's a real word like 3 years ago. Like I heard people say it, and I was like, "No way!" And I looked it up, and so
I don't know. I've heard it, but I have no idea what it means. I don't know what the swain.
I think it means you're good at boats.
Okay. So good at boats.
Yeah, right. That's hot.
Like, yeah.
So then they get on this boat. It has a local Brazilian man who's gonna ferry them down the river to try and find this lost tribe, and they run into what looks like a shipwrecked boat, and it's a guy yelling, and they're trying to get him on. It's in the middle of a rainstorm, and they get this guy on the boat, and it's Jon Voight, who there's going to be a lot of Jon Voight talk out of me.
He immediately starts making faces.
Yeah. Like I was trying to let me read my exact sentence about Jon Voight.
I got one too, but you go first.
Well, first off, before we even get to his faces, his accent sounds like he's just doing, like, it sounds like somebody that you know, like a friend that anyone knows that does a really bad Scarface. Like, that's what it sounds like he's doing the whole movie. And it's like, you hear it, it's like, I know this is not how you talk. It's obvious.
And it definitely doesn't stay steady.
No.
That accent comes and goes.
It's like they gave him flashcards of like the important lines to say, and then he got the accent down on those. But then, other than that, like, yeah, he goes in and out. Where's the? I want to know what. Yeah, I want to know what the director's notes were about his face each day.
Yeah, more of that.
Yeah.
No, do more.
Yeah, more. See if you can get the corners of your mouth to touch your shoulders. Well,
I want your chin super high, but also maintain eye contact. So you would do that with his, and then the stupid teeth.
Yeah, he had his teeth out the whole time.
Yeah.
He was like, his eyes, I've seen that on eyes before, because that's kind of like what your eyes do when you drink. The
one crooked,
yeah, the one like that, and the one real big. It's almost like John Witherspoon, the dad from Friday.
Yeah.
So, what you gonna do? Bite me with your snaggletooth?
Right.
One of his best roles ever.
Little Nicky's another. That's an underrated one. Everyone says it's stupid. Yes, it's stupid. That's the point.
Yes,
it's supposed to be.
It's doing the thing it's supposed to be.
Right.
You going into it with expectations anything other than that is your fault.
Right.
You brought those to the table. Little Nicky showed up as is.
Yeah. It clearly presented what it was going to be, because it was called Little Nicky, and it was Adam Sandler making that face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of a thing I can do a lot too. I can kind of do that voice okay.
And that started with his metalhead fan on the Weekend Update things, right? It was him as like a teenage metalhead, and he would kind of do this voice and talk about like getting thrown in dumpsters outside of the concert and stuff.
You know, I don't. Wow, that's one that snuck through the that snuck by the goalie on me for that one. That I don't know that one.
I might be wrong though, but yeah, I believe we'll reference that at some point.
Well, that is everything. That is the support and foundation that this show is built on. You might be wrong, but you sound very convincing while you're doing it. and I'm just gonna believe you. So
Okay. Cool. We'll just leave it out.
Yeah.
We'll just put it out on the internet for everyone to hear.
Absolutely.
So my sentence on Jon
Oh
Voight.
yeah.
So first I made the J-Lo butt joke. So apologies, I'm sorry. But it's science that the jungle makes you horny because Owen Wilson said it. There's something about the jungle that makes you horny. So that's clearly
Wow.
true.
You know, another spot he would have been able to say "wow" afterwards.
Yeah.
Because she said it's not it is the jungle. I think she said, and went, wow, that would have been a perfect spot for it.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
So then my Jon Voight sentence is, never mind, Jon Voight ruined the mood. How did Angelina come from that?
Like, and that's what makes it even worse. Like, I feel like he was almost just like, all right, I'm gonna ruin a bunch of horny dudes' days by just they'll look at my daughter and be like, oh God, she's incredible, and start fantasizing about that, and then you just get him making his winky eye, extra teethy face.
Yeah. Like, no one does that. And if anyone did that I picked up on the river, like, I definitely would not take their advice or I don't know.
Yeah, like even ending the sentence with someone I picked up on the river, like it's still so like that's how extra he is being himself. And
Yeah. He was like, if I was stranded on the river and someone happened along and saved me, all I would be doing is thank you. What can I do? How can I help? He said thank you once, and he was like, all right, let's turn this way.
Yeah.
Immediately he wanted to take over.
And I don't remember exactly when. They kind of established it pretty early on that he is did you say that he's from Paraguay? From
Maybe.
No, it definitely does come up, and he does say it correctly, because I was like, that's why I was like, see, he knows how to pronounce some words correctly, like Paraguay is, or something close to that is pretty good.
Okay.
At least from a gringo standpoint, I guess. But
yeah.
Like, is he supposed to have been born there? Like, I want backstory. Like, why does he look like that, but also sound like that?
Yeah.
Like, does he?
And how do you go from priest to snake hunter? That's.
Oh, I have a retort.
Okay.
St. Patrick, motherfucker.
Okay. But he didn't hunt them. He just scared him away. He ran him out.
Well, they always said he drove them out, so I always assumed he had a bus or a truck.
Yeah. Beep, beep. Hop in, snakes. It wasn't a miracle. The snakes were trying to get out of there. They just didn't have a ride the whole time.
They don't ever go to bed, and they just keep screaming till the sun comes up.
Snakes are like, I don't want to be here any more than you guys want me here. We got to figure something out.
If I had a tuppence for every time one of these assholes pissed on me, I'd have a few tuppences, said the snakes.
I'd have a peck of tuppence. Maybe a bushel.
Did they have hay pecks, or is it just hay pennies?
I don't know. The hay penny will do, I know that. Yeah.
See, I was thinking hay pecks predators. I don't know what it would be, but it sounds fun. Like that could be
Yeah.
That could be our underground rap group, the Apex Predators.
Okay. Sweet. I just gotta learn how to rap.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. That's the easy part. Gimmick's hard part.
Yeah, we got the hard part down already.
Speaking of Irish bands, I wanted to come up with it's not a cover band. I guess it kind of is. Maybe like a folk duo that does cover songs.
Okay.
And call it the Wintry Mix. and it's going to be playing all Irish songs, but I don't know if it's snowmen dressed as leprechauns on St. Patrick's Day, like so you only do it once a year, or you could do it all year, all winter long, and you could be clearly Irish, but you're just dressed in like winter clothing. But
Okay.
yeah, it's a good gimmick. I think it could work. But yeah, I think snowmen dressed as leprechaun around St. Patrick's Day, you could clean up. You could clean up for a month a year. You only work one month a year. Work March every year. That's it. You only work that 1 month.
That's the little people. I used to work across the street from Rockefeller Center, and the little people would be there in March because there would be some kind of St. Patty's show, and they'd be there in December for some kind of Christmas show.
Okay. That's when
Well, see them outside smoking butts.
that's when you got to make your bread.
Yeah.
It's just
Carries you over for the rest of the year, I guess.
Yeah. That's the harvest. Let's see, where are we at?
Okay.
What things are we at?
Oh, on the boat. One thing I
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to point out when I forget the main guys. Well, not the main guy. Wanted to the J-Lo love interest who ended up not being the main guy, the faux main guy.
Yeah. Eric Stoltz.
Eric Stoltz. Okay, I don't remember his name in the movie, but
He was fresh off Pulp Fiction. Eric Stoltz in this. Well, maybe a couple years. So let's see. That came out in '92. I want to say. So yeah, 5 years off of that. He's still getting paid.
Okay. Well, he was talking to J-Lo about the lightning bugs, so I looked that up, and it is legit. I mean, maybe not like each species apparently has its own set of flashes and its own things they do. So it's not like all male lightning bugs do strong masculine flashes and the women do the dainty like he was saying. It's not that necessarily, but the mating calls are done through lightning bug light flashes,
which makes sense because you can do what's the tappy ... dash
Morse code.
There you go. There's the one.
Yeah.
The more you could do Morse code with lights, like they do that on ships
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So they're only trying to find out like 5 things. If you're a firefly, it's like, do you want to fuck? How about now? All right, now. I want to eat, and I'm about to die. So you want to fuck now? And that's pretty much it. That's probably all they do.
And bird.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, bird.
I had a thing that I wrote down about that as well. I don't know if you had wrapped up your whole thought. If not,
No, that's a go ahead.
Okay, so cool.
I wrapped it up.
So I had first off, everyone on that boat is trying to get down that first night. Like
really?
Owen Wilson and Kari. It's not vulva. It's close to that.
Kari Wuhrer.
Well, she's German, so it's Wuhrer, I think.
Wuhrer. Okay. Kari Wuhrer.
Much like the other Germans that you know and exist, you too will be cast into the infinite blackness to be devoured by a giant snake.
If he directed Anaconda, yeah, everything would have died.
Oh my god. Anaconda remake directed by Werner Herzog.
Yeah.
It would be amazing. All right. I mean, that's, you know what, we don't have to flesh that one out because he's gonna make it his own however he makes it his own. So that's the pitch. That's the easy pitch we got. It's like
you make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take Grizzly Man with Anaconda and kind of mash him up and have him narrate, and it'll be incredible.
Agreed.
So they're talking about the lights of the fireflies that they're mating in the trees, and the first second I saw the fireflies on the screen. I was like, that just looks like strand lights.
Yeah.
It just looks like strand lights. I don't know what's going on. And then I was like,
Yes.
and then I heard him say, those are fireflies. And I was like, is someone setting a trap? And then it still looked like it. And I was like, all right, I will suspend my disbelief for the time being.
I'll pretend.
Yeah. And then they cut to the woods right before, like, this is your first real taste of the Anaconda right here. Which is not the first time I've said that this week. All right. So fucking, this is the first time you see the Anaconda, and the it's hunting a panther and killing a panther. But they do it a POV in the woods. It's behind where the lights are, or the fireflies, and like if you look for an extra second, like let's say you paused it and got right up on the TV screen, theoretically, you can absolutely just see wires. Like they didn't even take them out. It was so obvious. And then
They're just like, whatever.
and then they turned them out, and they all went out at once. It's like, I don't care how fucking good you are at being fucking fireflies. There's always someone who's not totally paying attention.
One straggler.
Yeah. And just like as though it was a musical at that point. Like somebody just snapped their fingers, but then they never went the musical end. Like it was like, oh, there's gonna be some choreography here. No, okay, no. They're just showing us that this is in fact actually lights.
They're just letting you know, we don't give a fuck about CGI or anything in this movie. This isn't that kind of movie. It's not that kind of movie. Like even the blue lightning as it flashed through the sky, it was like that. Someone just colored that on. Like I'm picturing the film reels going by, and like someone opened it up and drew with blue marker on like 8 of the squares. Like that's your lightning, whatever.
Well, you know what it was? They probably. All right, so let's think about this for a minute. Where did the budget of this movie go? They shot predominantly on location. Sure,
wow, okay,
that is a lot of it, but it was only 9 in the cast. Let's even say triple that for the film crew. Let's even say,
would they pay the snakes?
I don't know. We don't. I don't know how strong the snake union is in Brazil, but if they can swing their cobras around the way their brothers in the Chilean snake union, I think they did just fine.
Notorious.
Yeah.
Chile is notorious for their snake union. That's where all the snakes from Ireland went.
That seems to be.
They heard about the bennies.
That seems to be the move for any dominating culture in Europe. It's just go to South America. Just go stay there.
Make it your own.
Yeah. Oh, that was the other thing I looked up with trying to get. I wanted more backstory on Jon Voight because I was like, are they trying to make him like Dutch, like from Netherlands? Because what's it? Aruba is technically a Netherlands island.
Okay.
So Aruba is off the coast of South America. So not that far. I mean, compared to anything else on the northern hemisphere, it's easily the furthest away. So I was like, maybe that. And then I was able to find that there was, surprise, an influx of Germans in the late 40s, early 50s in Paraguay. But all right. Yeah, so even still, all right, let's entertain the idea that he had German parents who escaped being tried for war crimes. And this is him. Yeah, because he probably would be Jon Voight's age in this movie. Jon Voight was early 60s, possibly late 50s when this came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would check out.
Yeah, so World War II-ish.
Yeah, right after the parents landed in the safety
Paraguay.
in Paraguay. What's that? Ooh.
A couple things on that scene with the cat, though.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Go right
So I looked
ahead.
it up, and anacondas do eat big jungle cats. They're able to open their jaw. Like, their jaw is weird the way it can unhinge. Like, even more so than most snakes. There's like not a real good connection between on the hinge between the top and bottom jaw that they could actually. It's built for swallowing big shit like that. And I saw in that movie, after it killed the cat, there was an eyeball left. So I was like, that's not going to happen. And no, if it squeezes you, it doesn't squeeze that things pop out. That's not how the human body works. You're not full
Was
of
that
air.
the implication with that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. And even Jon Voight says at another point, they squeeze and it pops your brain. And
Okay.
they don't do that. They crush your ribs. Their squeeze is 90 pounds per square inch, which is the equivalent of a 9,000-pound school bus on your chest.
Oh man.
Yeah. So they do easily kill by squeezing.
Holy shit.
But your shit's not going to pop out. Just, they break your bones and they stop the flow of blood to your brain. So, or to the cat's brain. That's basically what they make. Squeeze them until they pass out and then eat them slowly.
So,
and also,
it's so it's just sleeper hold. They just get her.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did Jake the Snake have a sleeper hold move, or was he just DDT?
His finisher was the DDT.
Right.
I mean, everybody had some kind of rest hold that they threw in.
Okay.
For to make the arm go up and down 2 times so they could shake it on the third. That was just it's wrestling 101.
Like already with you, I was throwing out the potential of he had a finisher where he did a sleeper hold, and you're like, no, everyone had a rest hold where it's like, no, they they have to breathe.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's what it. I mean, that's what geared too into wrestling nerd territory. Yeah. But yeah, when they put each other in a headlock, they're a little bit tired and they want to talk over what they're doing next.
Oh, dude, fucking add Jim Cornette to the list of our enemies, because he's not going to be happy to hear you call it a rest hold.
No. Yeah, and I hate it. I hate to say it because I kind of like Jim Cornette, or at least like, I don't know. I'm a fan of his work. I know he's a dick, but it's so hard to like separate the two. I don't know. And he's not wrong, but his delivery is awful, and he's also from the South in the 30s or whatever the fuck he was born.
I love listening to him be fired up. Like
he's the best. Yeah, like he's one guy. Like even if like we blew up hypothetically and we had a fan base and like we're able to go toe to, I wouldn't fuck with him as far as like a verbal interact. Like he would just tear you to shreds. Like he's so fucking good, and especially when he gets mad, it comes out even better. Like
if he heard you say that, or like they like whoever like his co-host is or whatever, can you believe these two numbnuts?
Yeah.
Under the guise of science, under the guise of talent, maybe.
That's pretty good. Yeah, no, yeah, it would be brutal.
Yeah,
it would be.
I would love to get destroyed by Jim Cornette.
It would go to the point of feeling bad about being insulted, all the way back around to being in awe of how fucking skilled he is at ripping you to shreds.
I'm in. Let's start tagging him and stuff and getting him mad.
All right. Jim Cornette doesn't know shit about pro wrestling, and this is going to be our TikTok video, and we're going to tag him. And the rest of the shit he won't even know about.
Let me tell you something, Cornette. I've taken a peek behind your curtain, and I don't like what's making you tick.
I guess kind of similar to playing LeBron one-on-one. Just like, all right, let's witness this
Yeah,
level.
let's see what this
Like,
feels like.
Yeah.
Let's see how horrible this feels, and then feels incredible.
You want my attention, jabronis? You got it. Careful what you wish for. I can't do an accent, but you know what I'm saying.
Fuck yeah! Oh man, let's get him.
Yeah. Oh, and back to Anaconda though. Another thing I looked up about this scene. Yeah. Like, this snake was very, very vocal. So I Googled what sounds the anacondas make, and it turns out whoever did this did their homework. They fucking roar.
What?
Anacondas roar, and I will share a link. I couldn't believe it either.
All right.
It's like a...
All right. I know I said I would believe anything that you said, and I'm going to take your word for this too. But fucking share that link.
Not a lion roar, but it's
not
it's not a hiss.
Like this fucking thing did all movie? Do you know
how many fucking... I didn't know you could do it. How many impressions can you do that I don't know
I don't
about?
know.
I'm
just
pterodactyls.
doing them.
Yeah.
It's coming out of my head. But so the voice credited as the voice of the Anaconda on IMDb is Frank Welker, who did Starscream.
Frank Welker,
who did fucking Fred on Scooby-Doo. He's done so if he did Starscream, he's obviously done Cobra Commander as well. He's done every single cartoon, anything that you've ever heard of. Like, he started doing voiceover in the 70s. He has almost 900 credits on his IMDb page, which is...
So say it, Frank or Fred
Frank.
Welker? Frank Welker. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure now I know.
Frank Welker, Fred Jones on Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
But...
So Frank Welker is a hell of a method actor, because he got inside the anaconda. He looked it up. He spent time down in Brazil, and he learned their native tongue, because apparently the noises this thing made were amplified, but on the path of legitimacy. Let's say.
To be fair, I mean, they mic'd everybody else on that movie. So what, they're not gonna mic the snake?
Right.
Which
I know, is it the title character?
Mike the Snake. Remember when J-Lo was like, "Oh shit, it's Mike the Snake," and he was like,
"That's my favorite scene." That was a good scene. That was a really good scene.
I am amazed they both didn't win Oscars because of that scene. That's yes, I looked it up.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. The award goes to Mike the Snake. He has a whole row.
It's just him very slowly, just kind of like you only see it from here up because it's seats and people trying to congratulate him.
Yeah.
Trying to shake his hand, but he's a snake and he doesn't have them.
Yeah, it is. It's impossible to do. Yep. But there had to have been, not even saying actor-wise, fictionally.
He goes, "Oh man, I didn't think I was gonna win, so I didn't really have anything prepared. So I guess I'd just like to mostly say."
I didn't have anything prepared, and I'm nervous, so I'm going to regurgitate Jon Voight up here live in front of everyone. Because I ate him on the red carpet on the way in.
Fucking Entertainment Tonight, because sure, that's not an old reference. Yep. Entertainment Tonight is on the red carpet Oh, Jon Voight. Oh, we have your co-star, Mike the Snake, coming up behind you. Oh, we heard you guys didn't get along well on set, but oh, I guess Mike just ate you. So looks like you guys are getting along okay. Oh,
Fucking Mike the
shit.
Snake. But what I was saying was not even the actor. Like after Mike the Snake or whichever, like there had to have been more than one
Right.
snake. There was multiple snake actors because once the one ate the big cat, he's gonna need a couple days. He can't come. Like he's not hunting. The snakes don't eat one thing and then keep hunting. Especially something that big. That's gonna need this to digest for a couple days.
Yeah, like I feel like snakes eat like I do when I'm hungover, where I'm like, I'm starving, and then eat too much, and then just curl up and be like, I'm not moving
asleep.
for a day. But it's like
It's very salty.
It's like weeks, right? Don't snakes go like a couple of weeks? Sometimes.
Sure. I don't know the specifics, but it's definitely not. I ate Manuel the boat driver. Now let me get some Owen Wilson to keep following up the river. Like, no, they're days, weeks, whatever it is. It's a lot of time where they just sit and digest. And they're not doing
I had
shit.
a guy who lived on the man. There's no way that I can say this sentence without it sounding like I actually lived on the floor, like the actual floor. But the guy who lived on the floor that I lived on, see, even then it sounds like I lived on the floor also. But the guy who lived next door to me at college had a small snake that he would freeze, like feed a frozen, like unborn mouse to, or something like that.
Oh.
And do that like once a week.
Mouse abortion.
Yeah, right.
That's a good name for a band.
It'd be so confusing. Like everyone wants to get mad at it, but also, once I know what to get mad at, I'm gonna be fucking pissed, bro. But yeah, that thing would eat once a week, and it was tiny. But even I don't know how that would translate to scale or anything, but.
No, but I mean, a fucking jaguar or whatever the fuck the leopard or whatever that is, that's big. So I'm sure it depends on the size of the thing it eats too. Big motherfucker like that. That's one of those, like, because there was even the scene where whoever it ate, the snake swam by and you could see the thing's face sticking through the snake's stomach.
Oh wow! I think that was Owen Wilson.
Yeah, oh wow!
Oh wow!
Yeah, that snake is now out of the movie. I think he's got a human. He's got to go digest that because you didn't see that snake coming up again.
No.
So that's why I think there was, and another snake got shot in the fucking head.
Yeah.
Like let's not forget that.
Well then.
So I think there were multiple anacondas in this.
Oh, I mean, if they learned anything from the Olsen twins in the '80s filming Full House, it's like, yeah, we got to get some litter mates. You know, that'll make shooting easier.
Yeah,
it'll make it a lot easier.
Right.
And
the snake octuplets. That's who.
Snake tuplets. Snocktuplets.
Everyone knows Mike, but nobody knows Mark, and that's Ted. And Stephanie.
And one of them's got to have a name, right? Like, not even just that it's in the name, like just the whole name is. Let's see. Where the shit were we?
Sam.
Yeah. Sam and Steven and Selvin and Kevin and so there's a scene where Jon Voight is laying on like a what's the hanging between two things, hammock. He's laying on a hammock. Okay. I love when it sounds like I'm playing $10,000 pyramid with myself. Playing on the what's it?
Two things, mesh.
Hammock. Yeah, go. But they look at two people behind him, and then they just show him like he's laying down facing out the front of the boat, and he's just
Making the
yeah.
face.
I read, does he sneer in his sleep?
Right. That's his default face.
His resting poop face.
Yeah.
Like he was like in Always Sunny when they're trying to get when Charlie's trying to work on his wild card face. And he's like, oh,
Yeah.
and it's like, no, you just like you're taking a shit. It's like, really? What? I gotta go practice in front of a mirror because I don't know what I look like when I'm. And then I was also just with the way he delivered the lines, with the way they were trying to make him look jacked for an old dude and be able to do jacked things for an old dude. Like, is it just Steven Seagal from the future? Like, because his action was not convincing at all. And it was just lots of, yeah, I talk with this accent all the time. This is what I sound like. You're going to tell me I sound like something else?
Well, the scene where you're talking about, he's on the hammock and the two lovebirds go because the jungle makes them horny.
That's right.
And then they're running because they hear the noise. And then he's just there. He's just there with a gun and he shoots the boar or whatever it is. Yeah. He can't move that fast.
No, certainly not that quiet.
But apparently he's a great sniper. He's got all these various skills you learn in the seminary.
And although Ice Cube started off with the day being a good day in the movie, Jon Voight brought up eating this boar. You can eat this boar for a week. And unless mom has made a breakfast with no hog, Ice Cube is not going to have a good day.
That's true.
Ice Cube's week was bad from that point out.
That's true.
But I did like that, like, they went so over the top with his examples of what it'll be like to be back in civilization. Sitting in LA traffic with a cell phone, playoffs and a six-pack. Like, that was...
Yeah.
Nobody ever brings up sitting in traffic. I don't care how homesick you are. It's still like, fucking traffic, really?
Oh yeah, these mosquitoes with the flesh-eating diseases. Yeah, they've been in the traffic at least. At least I'm going somewhere.
Like, I bet with, like, in Castaway, like the second they got Tom Hanks's character on a plane to somewhere, and the flight was delayed like a half hour, and he's like, oh, fuck. Already? I'm back to civilization for the first time in 7 years, and now I gotta wait.
Couple science things to go down real quick. I just got them on my list. So there is no evidence that boars go for the eyes. That's a bunch of bullshit. Boars actually can't see that well themselves. They're just gonna hit whatever they can hit and gore whatever they can gore. So if that's your leg, if that's your chest, they'll try to knock you down. And then they got the razor sharp tusks, but they don't know where your fucking eyes are, so they're not goring.
They're just trying to make you bleed and then eat you as you can't run away because you're bleeding too much.
Yeah. They are omnivorous.
I am going to derail for a moment because I cannot hold this pee in.
That's perfect. While you go, I got a seg. I'll talk about it.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So in Brazil, or in South America in general, if you were to go into a fresh or a body of fresh water and you have to pee, I do not recommend peeing in the water because, as mentioned in the movie Anaconda that we were just talking about, there is the Candiru fish, and they are attracted. Originally, it was thought to be a myth, but I looked it up, and in the late 90s, there is an instance, or that was the first reported instance of a fish, the Candiru, swimming towards a urine stream and swimming into a man's urethra, whatever, into his pish, and sticking the spikes out. That's what they do. They swim into your penis and they stick their spikes out, and they're some kind of parasite, and that's where they live. So do not pee in the water. Make sure you have a toilet, or you get out and you go on the land or something like that. So I guess Charlie is taking my advice and going up to high ground for this. The other thing I want to talk about when Charlie gets back, we may need our doctor friend for this one, though. So we will see. Let's see. Oh, here's a fact. So snakes, if there was the one scene where the snake was attacking one person on the boat as Jon Voight was trying to fish, and the snake stopped attacking the one person. I don't remember who it was. Charlie would have to fill in the gaps for me here, but stopped attacking the one person and went towards another person, and that's because that person called the snake a bastard, which snakes do not like. Reptiles in general do not like insults. It will stop eating whatever it is currently snacking on and avenge the insult that was thrown its way. They are cold-blooded. They need the sun, so any kind of shade thrown its way tends to hinder the blood warming process. So that is why the snake attacked whoever it attacked when it called it a bastard. So yeah. Jon Voight has easily the creepiest face I can recall seeing in recent memory for no reason. There isn't a reason that he should make that face. Oh, I'm fucking reaching here. He's taking his time. Oh, anacondas are way better in the water than on land. So when avoiding an anaconda, you're better off getting to the land. And that is a fact. Hey, welcome back.
Nice to be back. I think I dropped my phone because I just went to. Oh, there it is. Cool. I couldn't find my phone, and I went to look for my phone so I could use the flashlight. But that is not how that works.
That bit of dead air was pretty awkward, but you might enjoy it.
I can't wait. And yeah, my apologies. My apologies that I only have a quarter diameter urethra. Like, I've heard that looking at your penis head on, it just looks like your penis is 22s. Like, it's just whole and then a tiny little bit of rim and just.
I can fit 15 kangaroo fish inside you.
End to end, or as a
side? No, at once, like the Lincoln Tunnel. That's what I was talking about when you left, because there's that scene that the guy talks about, the kangaroo aku, which is the fish that swims into the urethra and sticks the spikes out once it gets in there. And it is legit. There is actual reported cases of that happening to people. So get out of the river when you pee.
One of my favorite points of the whole movie, and this was throughout, it wasn't just one specific, was times that they were just in the river, and just to be like, if you and I could just be like floating on the sidelines, I'd be like, all right, how much for you to get in this water right now? And just it'd be no a lot. It'd be no a lot, wouldn't it?
A lot. Yeah. No, there would have to be a significant prize for me to wait, because you can't see the bottom. You're just going to go in waist deep and walk through. Absolutely not. First of all, let's take it from the top. I'm not going to fucking Brazil. Like, I'm not going to South America. Period. There's no reason. I have no desire to go to any of these. With it, it's just, like, yeah, no, we got a city, but like outside the city, there's like all this other stuff that lives there that once you're dead, I'm good.
Can't even get you to the beach. I'm not gonna get you to fucking. Can't even get you in the ocean.
Anywhere where they're like, yeah, no, it's lovely this time of year. We just got to give you multiple rounds of shots before you can go there so you don't die. I'll just stay here, Google it, and not need the shots, and I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
I'll wait till Disney does the most toothless version content wise, but the prettiest looking, and I'll just watch it on Disney Plus.
Yeah. I saw the movie Rio, so I know what Carnival is. I'm good.
It's exactly what it's
It is. I can picture the talking dog, so I don't need to go.
Talking dog on every corner, I'll bet.
Yeah. So, speaking of people like animals, Jon Voight is a reptile man because apparently he could take a reptile dart to the chest, which is tranquilizer, and then fall into the water. But because the dart came out, somehow maybe he held his breath before he got hit with the dart and he stayed frozen like that. But not only did he fall into the water paralyzed and survive, but he outswam the boat to get to whatever location.
That's right.
They
He
were going
beat the
to
boat
next.
there.
Yeah. While paralyzed, he can swim faster than a boat, unless he knew some shortcut or he rode a gator. I don't know.
Or it's either that or like, because Ice Cube goes, damn, the dart fell out. Like, does that neutralize it then?
Right. Oh, I'm back. Right. The shit already got in your blood, no? Or I don't know.
No, it sounds like kids. Like when they're like, oh,
yeah, no, dart fell out.
That means it didn't stay in. So the poison. Grenade! I got under a rock. I turned into one. Doesn't count. Let's see here. I had something that's similar to that. Where is this cup holder? God damn it. Shit. Before they even get to that part where they shoot him with the dart.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
They blow up the dam? Was the dam made of snakes?
It seemed like it.
So there's a dam in the river, because the whole thing is it's spoiler alert fucking now, obviously, but at this point in the podcast, spoiler alert. But Jon Voight is trying to trick them to taking the boat up this place so he can catch and poach the anaconda. And he's trying to he convinces Owen Wilson that we can all get like $1 million, which he's like talking about $1 million. It's like, all right, I guess if you're gonna trick anybody, it's gonna be a documentary film crew because they don't fucking make anything. I guess there's no they're poor.
And $1 million, this was 30 years ago. $1 million was
this
nice.
was 1996 $1 million. Yeah,
right.
Chopped up 9 ways, 10 ways, $100,000. That's life-changing money for that. Yeah. They could have taken it and they could have all invested it in Bing, made a shitload of money off the internet. Ask Jeeves.
What is this Macintosh company?
Lycos, Hotbot, Hotmail. I don't know.
Sorry. And I couldn't get to mute in time.
What's with that? Let's work it back. Hotbot, Lycos. Oh, yeah. So that type of money by then. So, yeah. Anywho, so he's trying to, instead of getting them to go see this tribe, he's trying to get them up the river to go see the anaconda and kill it.
Which, spoiler alert, ended up being where the fucking tribe was, but whatever.
It's like, yo, we could have stopped on the way, bro. You didn't have to be a dick.
Right. Yeah, we never had to do that whole wasp shit. When he stuck a giant wasp in the one dude's respirator.
I was trying to remember what the fuck happened. Like why it was doing that. I was like, did it poison him? There was something to his air.
Oh, And that's I would love to get a particular doctor on this for this question, because that tracheotomy seemed pretty unsanitary.
It did,
They just
they dumped booze on it. They
oh,
did
right,
dump
right, yeah,
booze on it.
that's
I don't know that they dumped it on the plastic Bic pen shell that they shoved in his throat afterwards. But I mean, I guess when in Rome,
you gotta use what you gotta use.
if you smoke crack, your wife smoke crack. When in Rome, that's
That's
how it
true.
works.
That's true.
Facts. So they get to a dam in the river, and Jon Voight's like, "Hey, don't worry, I got dynamite, amigo," or whatever the fuck he was doing. And they blow up this dam to get through, and you hear the explosions and you see the explosions, and then it's like snakes are raining out of the sky. And they're landing on everybody. They're landing all over the boat. There's just like piles of fucking snakes everywhere. It's like, how does that happen? And then he's being a fucking a lot of baby snakes. It's like,
go back to
yeah, I want to know how much of this was scripted. I want to know how much of his dialogue was scripted, and just him just going to, yeah, I guess you want me to talk like this. I'm going to talk like this.
And who knew that snakes were impervious to concussive blows? Like, shouldn't there was no half snakes? There was dynamite blowing them in the air, not like a fucking whoopee cushion. This is there should have been a lot of snake pieces, not so many whole live snakes that were just slightly perturbed.
they were getting themselves fired up, and they all talked about like, "Yo, no half snaking, bro. Whole snakes, just whole snakes. Yeah. That's it. No half snaking anywhere, bro."
I never half slither because I'm not a half slitherer.
Oh, so here's
rest in peace, Five Dog.
Let's see, who do we got here? Above the dam and the snakes. Oh yeah, how much they get you to walk around in waist high water? I talked about that already. Oh, they're talking about after Owen Wilson gets after Mateo, the boat captain driver guy, after he gets ate, they're like, we should leave the lights on. And they cut to Jon Voight, and he's doing something with a knife, something ominous and menacing with a knife, like something that's unthreatening on a base level, but like this, the undertones are he's trying to kill everybody. But he goes, lights. That is a good idea. Lights are a good idea. And it's that long of a pause, and then it cuts to the next scene. It's like, that's the line you ended the scene on? Like, there's nothing nothing fun or exciting about it. Like, they're just kind of like, oh, he's done talking. Okay, you guys should have chopped out like a full second and a half of dead air while he...
We just want one more scene of you being reasonable. And then it's the last one.
But then after that, right before Owen Wilson gets killed, because him and Kari are being sexy at each other, and then this fucking creep Jon Voight from the background just comes in and he goes, danger is a sighting. That's why it's like, what the fuck? And then I think that's when he convinces him to do the
yeah, because then Owen Wilson goes, hang on, I'll catch up. You go down. Why would you? I would just be like, all right, dude.
Yeah.
Good night. Just keep walking. Why did he go talk to him?
Like, the movie would have you believe until that point that he was gonna go, hey, can I talk to you for a second? Can I talk to you? That was not cool what you just said in front of me and my girl. All right, you're making shit weird. Like that. He would like kind of like have that kind of a whispering through clenched teeth kind of conversation with the guy.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to handle some shit. You go on ahead. Me and this guy gotta fucking square this shit out. Yeah.
We gotta sit down and get to the bottom of this shit. And he was pretty much just like,
but instead he walked over and he went, oh,
yeah,
wow.
$1 million. Wow. So, oh, that's right. And this leads right into the next thing I wrote. So, I don't know if it's the immediate next scene or it's the next morning or something like that. But yeah, it's when everyone realizes that Owen Wilson has joined Jon Voight's cause, and he says this sentence. He goes, "You don't know shit about shit out here, and neither do I. Paul has been out here before." It's like nobody called Jon Voight Paul ever before that, and they never called him Paul again. Like just like no, we're friends now, and Paul and I. It's like nobody calls him Paul. Why are you doing that, you fucking weirdo? Yeah.
Who? It's like me calling you Charlie.
Like especially with that nobody ever called me that ever. Nobody even knew me that as that, and then like yeah. Me and my pal Paul, me and Paul over here. We can both get ourselves $1 million. Wow. It's very hard to turn off. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think one of the links that I'm going to share in the episode details for this is just an Owen Wilson wow compilation. It has to be one out there.
There's a lot, varying lengths.
Oh, okay.
How committed are you? There's probably 12.
Nah.
There's probably 10 of them looped over 12 and a half hours.
Nice. I'll find the most ridiculous one I can and link
right.
that one. So hopefully it's one of those 10-hour ones. Those I like.
Did you have anything prior to Owen Wilson getting 8 on your notes?
No, I don't think so. I think the tracheotomy was the big one that I was like, I don't know about this shit. Yeah. But I mean, I guess it was the right spot and it was the right idea. I just don't know again the Senate.
What else have I seen
Sanity.
that in? I saw that in Three Kings. I think Ice Cube's in that too.
Yeah.
Ice Cube, Mark Wahlberg, and some other people. Yeah, I gotta look this up. By the way, how awesome is it that Mark Wahlberg is in Four Brothers, Three Kings, Two Guns, and Lone Survivor?
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
I definitely am not the person who came up with it, but it is fun.
And Wahlberg is his competition with Five Guys.
In fact, yeah, an old 3-burger Frank is hanging out by the wayside. Oof, boo.
All right, moving on.
What was I just looking up? I don't remember. It was something with Mark Wahlberg. Why was I looking at Mark Wahlberg?
Three Kings, Tricky.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right. So it was that, this, and then I don't know. There's another movie where I've seen that done recently, and I can't remember what it is at the moment.
I'm sure it's been on fucking.
It's been all over
ER or whatever TV shows. I don't know what hospital shows are out now, but
it's got to be definitely having on Grey's Anatomy, right? Had to have.
Sure.
That new 911 show or some sub version of that. Yeah. Like
there's always some kind of code something.
Yeah. Code tracheotomy.
Pick a code color. Yeah.
So after Owen Wilson gets 8 and thrown off the boat, his lady friend Kari is hanging by the edge of the boat, and she's like kind of crying, and Jon Voight, ever the creep in this movie, walks by and he has like a little piece of like it brings on like the idea of he has flowers with him, and in my head immediately I thought I wanted him to say hey, I got a stick, you want to look at it? Or like that. And then he said something only slightly less ridiculous. Like he said like a prayer. He's like, and he threw the fucking plant in the fucking river. So even my, oh man, wouldn't it be great if he said this? In my head, actual reality wasn't far off. Like just
Yeah, he was just being a fucking asshole in a slightly different way.
just being. I hope.
He's like, yeah, bless the souls of the faithfully departed. Him and the souls of the faithfully departed can go fuck themselves. Let's get this snake.
I hope he was unbearable on set through that whole shooting. I hope it was a debacle for all of them. I hope they had to put up with him just going,
just staying in character between takes,
just nonstop, and all.
Like getting coffee, and he's just standing there watching you with the face, with the
teeth out, one big eye.
Yeah. It's like, John, we're off. We're not coming back till tomorrow. What are you doing?
I'll do whatever I want out here. I live on the John the River, right?
Yeah.
It like, I
some of us never leave. You think?
We all got business down here, all right? Yeah, like I was also hoping that instead of responding really well to director's instructions of no, go crazier, like they keep giving him direction, and then they're like finally after like a month and a half of shooting, it's like he's only gonna do this. Let's just accept that.
Yeah, this is all we're gonna
the
get.
best we're gonna get out of him. Let's salvage this with what we can.
Just edit this shit in. I don't care. Put it
Whatever.
together.
I just don't want to have to look at him for the rest of the fucking shoot. Is that okay? And then when they're this was a thing that I forgot. This was my favorite scene when I was a kid, when this was on HBO and HBO 2 like crazy back in the late 90s, back at the turn of the century on HBO. Yeah, right. In the penultimate battle with the waterfall, when the British / Australian slash fancy dude climbs up the waterfall, and then he jumps out from behind the curtain of the waterfall, and the Anaconda's in a tree, and it catches him, and it does like a fucking yo-yo and fucking snaps him back up.
It curls around him as it brings him
that
up.
Was awesome. That was
that was pretty sick.
I was like, all right, they fucking the special effects in this movie has been dodgy at best at most points, but that was pretty cool. Yeah, that was well executed.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Very well executed there.
I will put money on. I will say that no way Anaconda is strong enough to do that shit in real life.
I mean, they can. I guess it would be more the stretch.
Yeah, to be able to just hold yourself by your tail, stretch all the way down.
Oh, that's right. Cause
yoke a fucking 200-pound man at a midair and grab him, and then curl and bring yourself back up.
Like even if the snake was all the way down, like was already fully extended, just waiting to retract and get the timing down, that would still be a lot.
Yeah.
But to the guy jumps out, and then to beat the guy in a race against gravity to snatch him out of the air and then roll him back up. Yeah. That's wild. So
visually fucking sick though for the movie. Like it was a great scene. I don't want to take anything away from it, but looking at this under the guise of science,
it looked cool as hell.
Yeah. Agreed.
Forgot about that one. Let's see. Where are we? So when they're leaving that area, if you look, as you see the boat like pulling out, like it's implied that it's an establishing shot that the boat is leaving the waterfall area where there's been that big fight. It's the establishing shot of them going in reverse. Like if you look at the water on the waterfall,
oh no shit,
it's
they
just sucking it back up. Like,
fuck, I missed that.
Well,
that's funny.
One of the benefits of watching it on digital video disc, my friend.
Yeah, go back and rewind. Very
I got the subtitles, scene selections, theatrical trailer right there, all on the screen. They're ready to go.
Nice.
They're ready to rock whenever you are. But yeah, I watched.
Let's do. I know we're an hour 47, but start it up. Let's do a watch along right now.
That'd be amazing. Oh man.
Oh, before that, you just reminded me of a scene. Just when the British guy was playing golf and Ice-T was listening to Mac 10, and the dude walked over and touched his radio, and like Ice-T showed fucking restraint because cute. Oh god damn it!
It's okay.
Scratch it. Let's wipe this out. Cut this out.
Cut that.
Go
Cut that.
back
Cut
to-
that. Cut that.
Ice Cube.
You were
Ice
saying
Cube
something
showed
about
a
the.
fucking
You were saying
ton of
something about
restraint.
the British guy when he was playing golf.
Yeah, when he was playing golf and he went over and he started fucking with Ice Cube's radio. Ice Cube showed a fucking ton of restraint because he should have just got up and punched him in the face right there. Like, what are you doing? That's
Yeah.
Mac 10. Fuck you.
And this is Ice Cube
Yeah.
is fresh off the Predator album. Like he's
Fuck yeah.
still pretty known for killing people. I mean, granted, he was not playing himself, and there wasn't agreed upon like, yo, you're not really gonna hurt me if I touch your radio.
Yeah, he was playing a documentary filmer or whatever.
Right, Mr. O'Shea, or is it O'Shea?
I think so, yeah.
Is it O'Shea? O'Shea's his first name, right? I think that's his first name.
No, I thought his first name was something something very regular. Like Billy or...
Oh, no, like Ice Cube's name in the movie. No, Ice Cube's name in life. His name in the movie is Danny.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know his name in real life.
I want to say it's like O'Shea Jackson or something like that. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
apostrophe Shay. Just as you'd spell the Irish last name.
Right. Yeah.
Look
Cool,
at all
I didn't
this
know that.
Irish St. Patrick's snake driving spin we're putting it on the Anaconda.
Hi, laddie.
So one of the cool
Anyway.
fucking, like, just Jon Voight, just, you think I've been cool so far. Well, wait until you you see my character drain monkey blood out. Like this guy had to take breaks from being a sociopath to show that he was a sociopath. He's like, hold on. I also kill small animals too.
While I was out swimming the boat, I snatched all these monkeys and drained their blood into this bucket.
And then he has Ice Cube and J-Lo tied up back to back, and he throws a bucket of monkey blood on them. And then after like they react to getting hit with monkey blood, he goes, "Ha, monkey blood." It's like, no shit, no fucking shit. Thank you.
That's like when you were a kid and you drew a picture and you would have to like write the word and point an arrow at the thing so you knew what it was. That's what he did. It made sure you knew this is monkey blood.
I just want to make sure we're all laughing at the same thing right now.
And monkey blood, apparently, this is a little known fact. Monkey blood attracts anacondas immediately and allows them to fly. Because that anaconda just lowered in the middle of this fucking circular chamber like it was holding onto the boom mic or something just out of the top of the screen.
Like, this movie would have you believe that at least this specific anaconda or the 5 anaconda actors that played it are all just doing planks all day long. Like they have the core strength of snakes that have been doing CrossFit for years.
Mike the Snake has a 144 pack. It goes all the way down. The cubes are insane.
And even then he's like, I could have a 165 if I really worked hard enough.
Yeah, gotta cut this little. I gotta cut out the mammals. It's the mammals. They go right to my hips.
Just got this last little bit right here, which I would be shaking with my hand if I had one. And here I wrote this sentence because at the waterfall, J-Lo shot what we thought was the Anaconda. And then this next Anaconda just drops in and does not have its eyes shot out and its head shot open.
No, does not have holes
Yeah.
in its face. Yeah.
Well,
That's why I'm saying, like, it has to be
Yeah.
multiple anacondas. This, like, Jon Voight must have, or his character must have known that this little tributary that they went down is just packed to the gills with anacondas.
and not just anacondas, it's like plants feeding animals. The plants have just been grown with just like all of this shit. All of the most fertile poop on the soil, guano, and then these animals, it's like super duper grass fed beef. So it's like steroids for these anacondas. And then plus they're all doing planks. They're all getting yoked. You know,
Yeah.
they're all holding each other accountable, seeing, you know, what they've eaten during the day and be like, yo, bro, you fucking serious about this or not? You know, like that kind of.
They apparently have a house with multiple floors and rooms and stuff. There was the upstairs, there was the snake, the den kind of, the nest rather.
Yeah, there was just
Pretty sweet.
a bunch of other snakes. Like, there was
Yeah.
it was like, why is there just a stack of snakes? Like, we saw a pile of alligators in real life, which is canon on this show, and that
Yeah.
seemed less believable. Just the stack of snakes just loose. Because they're all different kinds. Like it's like it had like the snakes in Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of vibe. It's like, yeah, I get it that it's full of snakes, but who got all these snakes here? Why are they all
Right, yeah,
writhing
why?
and wriggling around each other? They're not even close to the same breed. Who?
And there's no mice or anything in here. They're not
No,
friends.
it's snakes eat
Yeah.
when they're hungry. So I would assume that there's just going to be like a bunch of really big snakes.
Right, down to like 4
Yeah.
snakes left.
And then they just eat each other until there's one snake left, and then that snake dies because there's no other snakes left to eat. And it eats its own tail.
I also would like to point out that, again, this snake first ate Jon Voight and then went after J-Lo and then spit Jon Voight out so he can give one last creepy wink before he died, and then went after
Right.
J-Lo. Like, this is not snake behavior. Like, once it's full, again, it's going to go find some place to digest. It's not going to be mad at this particular person. Well, I guess it was going up to the baby snake, so maybe to protect the nest or something like that. But the speed that it was able to swallow the human being, like, there's no documented case of an anaconda eating a human, but there's reticulated pythons that are actually bigger or longer, at least. Not they don't weigh as much, but they're longer than anacondas. And there are documented cases of these pythons eating people, and they take a few minutes. It takes a couple of minutes to swallow one. It's not gonna just suck it down and then chase somebody.
Do you think the problem is that this one anaconda was just bulimic and just nobody spoke to it? You know, maybe it needed to talk about its problems,
Could be.
and it was just lashing out. So it ate Jon Voight and then just threw him back up, just because that's all it ever did. That's just what it would
Right.
do. I don't know. We don't.
The pressure from the other anacondas
Yeah,
at school.
to just try to be the leanest anaconda. It's. I just don't think it was fair.
The leanest, meanest. You've never seen this stroke of genius, like that kind of anaconda. Maybe.
But the other thing, like, they made a point about you clearly being able to see that Jon Voight's eye was also popped out after it got thrown up. So for all we know, he was just blinking, or he was trying to blink.
Maybe.
Like he had,
It's
he had
one eye
phantom
was-
eye syndrome. Of course, people with one eye can only wink. Like, that's
Right. That is
Yeah.
insensitive. I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't think of
Yeah,
it
real
like that.
nice, Jon Voight.
Yeah.
Fucking selfish.
Bastard.
Yeah, I think.
But also, I just wanted to point out that also snakes do not typically want revenge, and also typically are not inflammable. Those are two other things that this snake did that I thought was a little bit untrue.
I was even thinking, well, what if it's just really cold, and so the snake was like, oh, finally, get some heat on these scales.
Yeah, they're all cold-blooded, right? That's why he was mad that it got thrown in the water. And
Yeah,
got put out.
I just warmed up. I just dried off. I just got out of that skin. But yeah, that movie was let's see, where did it end? Oh, of course. Obvious. Isn't it so anticlimactic? The bitch Ice Cube says. Like it's I feel like it should have been like they just had one take. He was like, "You want me to do it again?" And they're like, "Nope, we got it. We got it, Cube. Come on, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. We already have 60
no,
hours
it's
of
just
Jon
like-
Voight being fucking insane. We just have to hurry this."
I guess
There's just
Ice Cube was done being
just-
emotional. He was just like,
bitch. Just
yeah.
it's like a South Park goth kid, just like bitch. Just
I do, like I said earlier, though. Ice Cube ended up, he was the main character. It was stupid that the fucking Eric Stoltz or whatever slept the whole half the movie and then woke up and was like, "Hey, good job," and then got J-Lo. Like the movie should have ended, and it ended with a stupid, like, I don't know, flute song or something like that.
yeah.
The movie should have ended with Bob Gunn and Ice Cube making out with J-Lo. You're fucking serious.
Man,
Yeah.
wait.
Ice Cube with a handful of ass and Bob Gunn in the as the sun set.
The one he did
or
with
whatever.
P Funk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because it's like 7 minutes long, so it'd go through the whole credits. But yeah.
I love that one. Nobody ever knows that song.
Yeah. They should.
It
That's
is
the jam.
It's a fucking heater, bro.
Yeah.
And then there's
Fuck yeah.
there's another one, the Atomic Dog on that album too.
Yeah. That's a deep cut, but yeah, that's a good one.
Sure is.
Like you said, that album, the whole
Yeah.
album is fire. As the
They
kids
do say that. I've heard them.
I think they do. They might be too. They might not even be kids anymore for all I
No,
know.
we're
They might
we're
be
like
old.
the kids say fire, and the kids are like 36.
Yeah, because like I got a mortgage.
Oh man! All right, I think that's all right. We hit the 2-hour mark for the first time. Good for us. I knew we could do
Nice.
it.
Thank you, Anaconda. Plenty of source. Like it was. I cut shit out. There was still there's still stuff to talk about.
Well, that can go in the Patreon.
Hey.
Big ass cat.
Damn, this cat's out there this big.
That's right. That's right. He said that line. I was like, "Oh, you fucking said that the other day."
Yeah, that's when he rolls
Yeah.
out the snake skin. That's it.
Ah, shit. All right. Under the Ice Cube.
Ice Cube. We hope you're back on board.
We were
Thank you.
we were doing our best to woo you back, Ice Cube.
Yeah.
We've heard you need to be wooed, so we will do our best to woo you. Under the guise of science at gmail.com, at facebook.com, and instagram.com. Please click more info on wherever you get your podcasts from us, because there's links and stuff we talk about during the show to give you visuals and context and something to just laugh out. Anyway, other socials, my badge.
No, sometimes links are just it's for the jokes that we make that you may not get if you don't have the background. So it's in there. Under the Guise of Science on TikTok, at Science Guys GUISE, again for all of it GUISE, at Science Guys on Twitter, Under the Guise of Science on the YouTubes. We're out there.
We're out there. Just
rate us,
like us. 5 stars. We are 5-star men with our 5-star podcast.
Yes.
This is a finisher podcast, as we've established.
Yeah, that's not a starter podcast.
Yeah. Our podcast is 21 episodes old, which means it's old enough to vote. I don't know. I didn't think that went through. That went through it all. But
those big podcast elections.
It's a midterm podcast election, so everyone get out there.
Out there.
That's absolutely. Let your voice be heard. All right, fuckers. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Peace.